Hey, what's going on, folks? It's Moji, the King of the North. I'm here with my main man, Tony T, Teflon TV. It's the Bareback Barbarian Show, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Tony,
What's good?
people, converse.
Hey, yo, what's good, my people? You know who it is. The motherfucking Don, baby. Tony Teflon, House Teflon. What the fuck we do? We pull the strings. You know what it is. You know what I mean? So, we back. You know me, crispy clean, chilling on vacay, lounging out. But as always, I told you I'd be back to do Mo's show every week, even on vacay, because that's how we get D. You know what I mean? I'm chilling. My man hooked me up. Been nice with this beer right here, this IPA. It's a Boston Point. It's a grapefruit beer. So if you like grapefruit, I would suggest you take this pink grapefruit. Basically, it tastes very good.
Oh man, I need my sunglasses because Tony looking bright as shit over there. Woo!
You're watching
the tide.
it's fresh and clean.
Teflon, man. It's been great doing this, man. You on vacation, you coming hanging with me. You know what we do. We barbarians. We chilling, man. How's your summer going?
It's going good. Having a good time, man. I'm going to head out to Lake George. And not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to head out to Lake George. Tomorrow afternoon, chill out there. My sister's coming up and all that. Be chilling out there, go to outlets, do all that stuff you do in Lake George. You know what I mean? It's real nice. If anyone's never had a chance to get to Lake George and you're in New York, I don't know how you haven't had a chance to get there. You need to get there for real, for real. It's no joke. Especially if you're in the city, and I know it's probably more difficult for people in the city, but if you only never had a chance in the city, definitely take that drive up there. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, summer's doing good. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I haven't taken my vacation yet, but I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I love this. Every week I'm here doing this with Tony. We love this, man. This is Game of Thrones, man. Every week we got something new.
Yes, sir. What up to everybody in the chat? I ain't got the chat open right now, so I can't see it right now, but I'm going to open up a little bit later. But what up to all y'all in the chat? Hope everything is going well with y'all. Hope everything is good, you know what I mean? And we're going toward this Game of Thrones, and we got some new Game of Thrones news, and that's what's up.
We got some new news, ladies and gentlemen. We got some new pictures. Some new pictures of the scenes we never seen. And I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Me and Teflon going to go back and forth, put our knowledge on it. And, you know, y'all in the chat, y'all tell us what y'all think these scenes are for next season. Tony, talk to the people while I do the screenshot.
Yeah, so I guess 7 shots are out there. I think I've only seen 4 myself of the 7. I haven't seen 7. I've seen 4 of them, but I think there are 7 out there, and pretty interesting when you see them. And I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty easy when I take a look at it. Where these shots are gonna wind up, what I think.
Now, what we got here, let me read the caption. San Juan de Gatastuza. My Spanish ain't on point, but that's a doozy right there. Yesterday was a big day for location news. It's Game of Thrones Season 7, and happily we have more updates and assortments of outlets today. 2 of the newly announced shooting cities, Zumaya and Bermeo, are both found in the Basque country of Spain, about an hour-plus drive apart. Now, Teflon, we see some rocks here. We see the ocean. We seeing something real nice. What you thinking this is, man?
It's Dragonstone. I mean, if it's gonna be an island or anything like that, it would have to be. I mean, Danny's gonna have a place to chill. This looks like it could be Dragonstone to me. So I definitely think it's most likely Dragonstone. I mean, there's no doubt we've seen it before, Dragonstone, but I don't think they're going to go back to the same location they shot the first one at when they showed Stannis there. So I think this is most likely what that island's going to be. I don't see any castles or anything. So for that reason, I'm going to call this Dragonstone. And this is from the Watchers of the Wall. If you need to take a look at this, anyone who needs to take a look, you can see it on the screen. But let me make sure I say it myself. Watchers on the Wall. Go check that out. Which I'm sure, you know, we all Watchers on the Wall. This is our probably people's homepage on their computer.
Yo, man, if I'm gonna tell you the truth, and if I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, this looks like the Stormlands to me. That looks like the Baratheon castle at the top, and on the side right here where my mouse is, that looks like where Davos used to go underneath the castle and sneak in. This just says it all to me, Teflon.
Yeah, you might be right on that. It could be the Stormland situation. It definitely would fit. Danny going to the Stormlands, it would make sense because that's where Aegon goes. So and takes that. So if you know if this is what this is, Stannis' castle over there, then it's quite possible it could be that's a good guy. You know what I mean? As if it's the Storm's End itself, I would love to see it. But I would have rather seen Stannis up in that motherfucker.
David in the chat says possibly Casterly Rock.
And I don't know about Casterly Rock. It looks a little too barren. For Casterly Rock, it looks like they're gonna have a lot of ships coming in on this scene over here. So I think it's got to be some type of island situation.
Yeah, I'd probably say definitely Dragonstone to the Stormlands. Looks sweet. I can't wait.
I would say Dragonstone or Storm's End. Mo says Storm's End. I'm gonna say Dragonstone. We see who's right, but I think it's one of those.
For sure. Let's go down some more to the next new picture. It says here, reports that filming will take place in Caracas City and in Malpartida in November. Malpartida, a city in the province of Caceres, is home to Los Baricuas, the expected site for shooting number 7. Now this here looks like some sort of swamp, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like something devious.
Yeah, it's hard for me to even see the picture at this particular time. I would have to...
Let me put that up for you. Wow. Yeah, this is as good as we can get it.
Yeah. Well,
but
now this looks like this, you know, it's the same situation. Now this could be goddamn Dragonstone.
Look at that, man. Yeah, like up here. This looks real weird to me on what this could be. This is like some sort of like maybe a moat to a castle, maybe like a riverbed.
That'd be funny if it was the breaking of the arm and those were the stepstones right there. That would be great.
That would be amazing. Maybe the fingers, maybe the salt pans.
I mean, I think out of these two pictures, it's definitely island scenes. So I think you're right. Probably the first one probably is Storm's End, and this one is probably Dragonstone. If anything, I can't see a castle on it. It's got to have a castle if it's going to be High Garden or we're going to go to any place like that. It's got to have a built-in castle for them or something background. It's not going to be something barren like that. So the fact that it's barren like this, because, you know, when you see Dragonstone and all that, they got to make all that with CGI. There's no way to do that. You know what I mean? So in order to get this shit right, the only way to do it's got to be a big castle. This could be Dragonstone. Maybe this is where it's at. They got to go back there. They got to get that dragon glass. It's got to go down. So there's no way around it.
Teflon, I just got a lightning bolt hit me in the head, man. What about Howland Reed and what's it called? What is their castle again? The moving castle.
Oh, that fucking frog castle that moves around. I was gonna say Deepwood Mod, but it's not Deepwood Mod. It's what the fuck is Howland Reed's stupid castle?
Oh my god, y'all know what it is. Put it
Grey
in the
Water Watch. Grey Water Watch.
Grey Water Watch. Teflon.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's something that would be good to see. They got to see Howland Reed. We can see a lot of water here. It could be swampy. I don't know. What's the chat looking like? What's the chat saying on this one? Take it to the chat.
My chat folks, what y'all got for us? What are y'all thinking that Alicia Kingston thinks it's Grey Water Watch? That's what I'm thinking, Alicia. That's what it feels to me. That's what it definitely feels like. So, I mean, it does look like a swamp location. So, you know.
The Isle of Faces is a good gap too. Good guess. I think that's a good guess. It could be the Isle of Faces.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This right here looks like the thing that Drogon and Dany were in the pit that they got out of. Draznak's pit is what it looks like to me.
It looks like a pit, but when I look at the bowl structure and I see the way this thing looks right here, I'm gonna have to go with this is the Tourney of Harrenhal right here. I think this is where you're gonna see Lyanna Stark and Ray. You're gonna see the crown get casted into those steps right there. As I can't see it being anything else. If it's anything else, it's stupid. This is what it needs to be. And I think this is what it will be when it's all said and done. There's no doubt to me. Quote the Don, we pull the strings. This is the Tourney of Harrenhal.
Oh man, this has got me feeling tingly inside. If they do the Tourney of Harrenhal next season, I don't think there'll be a dry eye in the house.
You gotta look at it like this. You know, we had Lyanna Stark this season. Next season's Rhaegar. You know what I mean? Then then it's over. We got 7 episodes this season, which I'm happy to have 7 episodes. Everyone want to complain. I don't need 10 episodes. You seen what we got with 10 episodes, 3 filler episodes in a row. Cut those fucking filler episodes out. Now we should have a great season. I don't want to hear no excuse for no nothing. And if you're going to give me the Tourney of Harrenhal, I'll take a full episode. 100% flashback of the Tourney of Harrenhal. You don't have to show me nothing of modern time. If you just showed me real straight up, just a straight up Tourney of Harrenhal, everything about it, from beginning to end, I would love it. So please, HBO, do that. Give me 1 episode. That's a whole episode right there. Not a flashback. The whole flashback, everything. All of them are riding. Howland Reed, the Isle of Faces, everything about it. Give me all that.
Oh man, we're talking Isle of Faces. We're talking Night of the Laughing Tree. We're talking about Benjen Stark talking to a Man of the Night's Watch. Everything, Teflon. What's your favorite part?
And I have a video out on the Night of the Laughing Tree. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. Teflon TV. Even though I'm on vacation, I'm still pulling strings. And I'll be back probably in like a week or so with another theory video.
Yes, indeed. Y'all know that Teflon dropped a doozy this past week. I'm going to drop a doozy this week. But the one Teflon dropped is Serioso. It talks about the Night of the Laughing Tree. Catch it. Now, Teflon.
Yes, sir.
This is a serious episode. I mean, I want to stick on this picture for a little bit longer because there is so much that could be done at the Tourney of Harrenhal. People talking about they could do prequels of the Tourney of Harrenhal. What is your favorite thing, story, fairy tale from the Tourney of Harrenhal?
I would like to see if I could see one thing in the Tourney of Harrenhal. First off, we're going to see Rhaegar. All right, so that's a plus right off the bat. We're going to see Rhaegar. So Rhaegar in his prime, you know what I mean? So that's cool right there. So if I had to go with it, you know what I mean? And I needed something, I would think that I would just want to see the whole Night of the Laughing Tree play out. I would like to see the whole, that storyline itself just play out. So I can't really say anything. I want that storyline. There's a couple other things going on. But give me that. That's what it's about. Give me that storyline right there. Give me that like a Blackwater Bay episode. Give me the whole episode. 1 episode. Episode 2. I mean, episode 1. Start the season off with the Tourney of Harrenhal, the whole thing. Bran touched the lips on the tree again. Show me that. I'll be happy. I don't need to see Danny. I don't need to see no one in real time. Give me the Tourney of Harrenhal.
I feel like a kid in a candy store listening to you, man. This is just serious. We're talking about the squires giving Howland Reed trouble. We're talking about Rhaegar giving the rose to Lyanna. We're talking a young Robert Baratheon, a young Brandon Stark, the whole 9 yards. I just can't wait.
There's no doubt. Listen, this was all set up by Blood Raven. And people need to realize he set this whole shit up. He's the one who had Howland Reed go down there for this reason. He knew the deal. Just like Bran that you're seeing right now. The way that you see Bran manipulate Hodor, and he's doing that. And this is what Blood Raven has already did. Same situation. But he did this with Rhaegar. And this is how we got them together. Now, they had, I think, met before this, but this is what sealed them together to run away. I think it was the valor that she showed in defending this man. But sorry, because remember, she's not the most beautiful woman of them all right? Not at all. But it was the valor that she showed in defending these guys and beating their ass that turned on Rhaegar to the point that pushed him over to the point where, like, I gotta be with this chick. It's just, I gotta have her right now. And to the point where he had to have her so much that he declared his love for her and gave her the crown in front of everyone. You know what I mean? So it goes down like that. Bloodraven put that there because in order for them to get married at that time, they would have had to go to the Isle of Faces. There's only one person that could have took them to the Isle of Faces from Harrenhal. If you look at the map, it's a direct shoot right from that to the tower, to the Tower of Joy, and that's Howland Reed, who was just at the Isle of Faces, who just happened to come over there, who prayed to the Isle of Faces for help, and then got a girl with a weirwood shield to come help him after he prayed to him. This is the whole thing. This is Bloodraven he prayed to. You understand what I'm saying? He played to Bloodraven. Bloodraven set this whole shit up. Bloodraven sent him there to learn the spell of the Hammer of Waters, which is an earthquake spell. This is what happened here. This whole shit was all set up for this upcoming White Walker battle that's about to happen. That's the story of Ice and Fire, folks. Period.
That's definitely the story of Ice and Fire. That's the pictures that they got up on Watchers on the Wall. Update you with any more on next week's episode. But this week's episode, we talking Riverlands, Vale, and Dawn, because we can mash them up into one episode. We did King's Landing last week, the North the week before that. So me and Teflon, we here, and you there. Y'all in the chat. Let's talk. Teflon, the Riverlands, so much happened. One of my favorite things was Jaime telling Edmure, we're going to toss your baby in a trebuchet. When I read that in the book, it was so sweet. It was so devious. It was so diabolical. I didn't think Jaime had it in him, but he did. What did you like about the Riverlands, Chief?
What did I like about the Riverlands? I liked the Frey pie situation. I like that. I'm not a big fan of Jaime Lannister. I'm sure you all know that, you know, so... But I did like the conversation I thought that Jaime Lannister had with Edmure Tully was probably the greatest conversation between two people in the whole A Song of Ice and Fire Game of Thrones TV show from any series. That one conversation between them. And it was really, I have to give it to that Edmure Tully actor to pull that out of Jaime Lannister at that particular time. But that was so believable. That was so booked to me. It felt so good to hear that conversation between them. That's probably the best scene out of all the Riverlands that I've seen was just that one conversation. I love that conversation between them.
Yeah.
And if people don't remember the conversation, that's when he looks at him, he's like, how do you live with yourself? How do you look at you? You're such a fine looking man with a square jaw and you look so beautiful, but how do you really live with yourself inside? You know how? And that conversation was beautiful.
I loved in the book when Edmure said when they're in Riverrun and Jaime's already sent them in the castle. He's already sent Edmure to get back the castle from Blackfish. Then we skip 2 chapters later, and Edmure took the castle back. He's telling Jaime that Blackfish already escaped. You know, fishes, we're trouts, we know how to swim. He basically tells Jaime that the Blackfish swam away, and Edmure is loathing Jaime. He's looking at him with disgust. You know what I mean? And he's like, over there, that's where me and Catelyn used to play when we were little. Over there is where my father used to sit watching the battles, yada, yada, yada. And he tells Jaime, I hate you, Jaime. I've never hated somebody more than I hate you. And Jaime basically says, greater men than you have hated me, Lord Edmure, and basically backslaps him with words. You know what I mean? So in the show, they did it as close as they could, which I enjoyed about it. But we got a lot of, the reason I'm bringing up Edmure is because we got a lot of questions in the chat about Edmure, Teflon. And the main one is, will Edmure take back the Riverlands, in your opinion?
The Riverlands storyline is over, folks. Done. Yeah, it's over. I don't think we're going to see much more of the Riverlands unless it becomes a White Walker battle, which I think eventually will happen down there. But no, you're not going to see any more. The Blackfish is dead. There's a reason why they killed him. You know, he's not dead in the books. He escaped, but they killed him off just like they killed Stannis off because it's really not important to the overall story when the book ends. It's over. Edmure Tully numbers in the prologue chapter in the Winds of Winter. That means they're dead. They're dead. It's over for them. It's that over for Jane Westerling. It's over for them. This storyline is over. Jane Westerling ain't in the show. So, and they killed her off the, you know, season 2 seasons ago. So it's over for the Riverlands. They just wrapped it up. You're not going to see anything to do with the Freys anymore. The Frey storyline is over. They wrapped that up. That's why they killed off Walder Frey. You're not going to really see anything over there right now. That's done. That storyline is wrapped up. What you're going to see from now on, in the next season, is only stuff that matters to the end game. And this is a great story for the book, and it's going to be great to see in the book. And I can give you a book thing. Yes, I think it definitely, in the book, it will be a different situation probably, but because they'll show the castles change hands and who is the Lord of Riverlands and all that. But as for like in the show, does it progress the story? No, they're getting to the White Walkers right now. That's why they did all that in the Riverlands, just to shut it down. It's over.
Yeah, it leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth because you got what you wanted. You got Walder Frey being killed, but at the same time they killed off the Blackfish, even though he's still alive. In the books, I was glad to see that the Blackfish got away because you know he's gonna regroup. I could see the Blackfish doing some Brotherhood Without Banner stuff and assaulting River Run and getting the castle back someday. Who knows? That's the time for another place and another time. But in the show, you're right. They basically cut off the head of the dragon. They cut off the head of the fish. They got rid of Blackfish. They got rid of Walder Frey. They got rid of everything that's important in the Riverlands because they're moving the story, folks. We're moving away from all that. So yeah. Teflon destroyed
when you see him piss in the river, right? When the hound pissed in the river, that's the end of the Riverlands. That's what he did. Pissed in it. It's over. That's it.
And they even taken the Brotherhood Without Banners out of the Riverlands and moving them up north.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that something, folks? So you know the Riverland story is finito. It's donezo. It's finito. So
finito.
That basically
it's like nonito de ne.
And now we're gonna see where Arby is going. So let me get
Finito Lopez. Great fighter he was too. Undefeated Finito Lopez.
Amazing fighter. And this is what we do, folks. We ripping and we moving. We shaking and we moving. We talking Blackwoods and Brackens, Tullys and Freys. All right. Q&A. We got one here from Brendan Smith. This is getting out of the Riverlands. We're going to Bravos or Dawn possibly with his question. Teflon, will we see the house with the red doors sometime next season in Dawn?
There is no house with the red door in Dawn. There isn't. I mean, I understand why people may think it is, but that house is it was. I think the Radio Westeros pretty much gave it to you. You know what I mean? When you see Lord of Bravos, where Danny was locked up at, and you have money, folks. You're talking about people with money, and there's no sense when you say, "Oh, they don't grow limes over there or lemons over there." Let me tell you something, boss. They don't grow shit here in New York, but I can get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? They don't make Nintendos and PlayStations in New York, but I can get a PlayStation. You ain't got to make it there, develop it there. They don't grow oranges here in New York, but I can go to the supermarket and get as many as I want. The blood ones when they're in season. This is when you have dough, you get what you want. She was with the Sea Lord of Bravos. The guy got dough. If he wanted a lemon tree, he has a lemon tree in his fucking stands. He has it outside of his house. He has whatever he wants in a pot, and that's the way it's gonna go down. You know what I mean? So there is no lemon tree in Dawn. I know it's a good story and all that, but that's not happening. It's done.
Yes, indeed. The Red Door, Bravos Dawn. This is all something that George Martin's got some sort of end game on. He's been making people think about this for years now. Where was Dany when she saw this door? Where was she at when she'll see it? I don't know. Is it the Sea Lord of Bravos' house? I don't know. it's just, you know, something to think about, and it's a tough one. So there's nothing I can really say about
I
it.
mean, I think it's there. I think that it's obvious, not obvious, but I think it's there. But I think people read too much into it because they got with the door and they said, hey, wait a second, lemons don't grow here, which was a good catch. But you just got to think of, you got to think of the real, catfish ain't here in New York, but I can get a catfish. You got to think of it, you know what I mean? This is what it is. I understand what people are saying, but this is a little bit more too much. And the fact that once we've seen that Jon Snow was the only baby that came out of Lyanna's ass, all right? Because that's the only way that works is they're twins. That goes with that. So the fact that we've seen this, now we've seen this in the show, it's a done deal. It's over. It's over. There's no Danny twin there. So if you want to come up with something else with Danny, you have to. But the twin shit is over. So that's the case, and that's why you wrap that up. That's over. It's a done deal. Danny was over there. She was there. She remembers the red door. The red door was there. And that's it. That's a story. Whole story starts over there.
Yep. Let's get back into the Q&A. We got a question.
Brendan, I hope that worked out for that dude. I don't know if I'm not looking at the chat, but I know he had something that was going on in his life. And if he did get that done, I hope it worked out for him. If not, keep me posted, man. Hit me up. Yeah,
shout out to Brendan with that surgery you said you had coming up. Hopefully that goes good for you, boss man.
No doubt.
We got a question from Marie Hill. Will Brienne and Jaime eventually be forced to face each other in combat?
Hello, Marie Hill. Thank you for the question. And no doubt about it, I think that's the way it's going to roll. Obviously, we see she shows sword. She brings Jaime back. We see that too. I think what's going to happen is this is going to be the end of Brienne. I think Brienne's going to have to die for Jaime's storyline to progress. Everybody wants Jaime to be this great person who comes back. He needs something to get him there. And what's going to get him there is the death of Brienne. He's going to stab Brienne. That's the way it's going to go down. I don't think he's going to want to do it. I think she's going to fall on his sword, basically a Corin half-hand type situation. And that's what's going to spur him on to do what he has to do and become the person he has. Now, that's what you people get for wanting Jaime to be that person. This is how he's got to get there. And it's going to have to be on the blood of Brienne. Brienne's going down. As I said before, when you look at these shocking situations that are going to come and shock you later on in this book, what you have to look for, the number one thing, is innocence. A person who is innocent. That's what makes a shocking situation. Brienne, at this point, after all she's been through, to get taken out by Jaime Lannister, the guy that she cares about, the guy that she loves, she's innocent, and to sacrifice her life so he could live, that's what's going to happen, folks.
Yeah, I like Tony's thoughts on that. My personal opinion, I don't think Brienne's dying. I think she's got a little bit more to give. I don't know what that is yet.
I wish. I think she's got to give, but like I said, like I said in the beginning, she was going to be the Lord Commander of Sansa's Queensguard, which she is right now. But she's gonna die, and Jaime Lannister is gonna join Sansa's Queensguard. I'm telling you, she's gonna get it. He's going there. I don't know if I can't see them there together. I can't see them. All right, baby, let's just go and touching swords, and then it's going off to battle. No, it ain't happening like that. One at a time. It's gonna be gonna be the next one to serve Sansa. They both were swore to Catelyn to serve Sansa. And now it's his turn to fulfill his duty. She's got to die because he's not there yet. He's almost there. You see in the show, he's not. He wants to go back. He watched her. He waved at her go away. He had Edmure tell her that stuff. He took a look at Cersei. He sees where Cersei's at now. He's not there where he really needs to go to get that chivalry back, and he has to get caught. So it'd probably be like that. It'd be easy because if you look in the show, what's going to happen to Brienne? She's going to get yoked up by the Hound and the Brotherhood Without Banners next season. That's what's going to happen, and Pod's going to get killed. And then they're going to send him after Jaime, or Jaime's going to come up there, something like that. But somehow Jaime's going to get in that mix, in that situation, and that's going to be it.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into the Q&A. We got one from our main man, David Adams. Shout out to David. What percentage do you think there is of Sansa marrying Sweet Robin in the show, Teflon?
What up, D? Percentage of Sansa marrying Sweet Robin, 92.
Woo! Y'all just got an exclusive, folks. 92% Teflon.
She's taking the Vale. There's no doubt the Vale is Sansa Stark's. That's a given. That's a given. Even before, I think a lot of people thought this too. But even before, more than the Winterfell, I think people thought that Sansa Stark was going to take the Vale. So,
well, that's major. That's major, in my opinion. Sansa is going to get the Vale. The Vale looks right for the picking. It looks right for the taking. And Sansa's going to be Johnny Appleseed. Sweet Robin can't do nothing, folks. He's a cripple. He's a little boy in the books. In the show, he hit puberty, but he still looks soft. And all you need is a finger around that to get him. And this makes us move into something else. Teflon, what you think about Sweet Robin?
This is a story about weddings, people. In this book, when you see weddings after wedding after weddings, we didn't have a wedding, right? We do weddings, and we're gonna see even hear Danny mention about getting married. That's what this show is about: marriage and bloodlines and tying families together. This is what happens. I have a video. You check it out. The death of Peter Baelish. That's how this death happens. By Sansa going over there and marrying this dude. That's how that all goes down, and it's gonna go down. And they're gonna need her to take that army. Because in the last season, the final season, when it's just the Battle of the White Walkers going down or whatever, there will be no Peter Baelish. He doesn't factor into that battle. He has to go out. There's only 2 villains left. I mean, Cersei, if you want to consider her a villain, Euron Greyjoy, well, 3, and then Peter Baelish, right? So all 3 of those people, only one I could see surviving out of all 3 of them is Euron Greyjoy. He would be the only one I would see making it. Cersei, I think, has got to go by the end of the season. I can't see her making it through the whole season. And Peter Baelish has got to go too. Euron may have something else with all this magic that he's doing. He may join up with the White Walkers. Who knows?
This is serioso. This is serious. There's going to be so many weddings next season, in my opinion. And there might be deaths followed in them, just like the Red Wedding. There's going to be Euron and Cersei, in my opinion. There's going to be Sansa and Robin, in my opinion, and whoever marries Jon, most likely Daenerys Targaryen. There's so much going on, Teflon.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be weddings. We missed out on a couple. It's like I said, people always think like, oh, people got to fall in love to get married, and Jon and Dany ain't got enough time to fall in love. They don't need to. Believe me, Jon put the tongue on that chick, right? Like what he did with Ygritte, he go down there, it's over. The love is going to be shown just like they showed the love with Khal Drogo. Just jump real quick and you just notice it. She'll be laid up on that dude the same way she was laid up on Khal Drogo, the same way she was laid up on Dario, same way she was laid up on his dog, same way she laid up with everybody. She knows what she got to do. You know what I mean? And she'll break Jon Snow's back. Jon Snow don't know. Yeah, I mean, Ygritte, she a wildin'. I don't know how wild she was. You know, I mean, I know she had a lot of men before Jon Snow, you know what I mean? But she never got her shit licked. So how much does she really know about sex and play? Dany's been with whores and everything else. Dany gonna work Jon's ass. Dany gonna put the hula hoop on him. She gonna fuck this dude up. Yeah, Jon ain't gonna know what he thought. Ygritte, what's up? This dude's toes is curling, son. He's gripping the bed sheet with his toes. It's over for Jon Snow. He's sucking his thumb when it's all over. It's a wrap with Daddy get a hold of his ass. And that's the bottom line, man. That's it. I can't see it going down any other way.
Oh, man. This is what it is, folks. You're here with the bareback barbarians. Teflon and Mo Genie. We do what it do. And this is the Season 7 prediction show. Now let's jump in.
Go. I mean, you know, you see, she broke Big Khal Drogo's ass. That's a big motherfucker. A big man. She broke his ass. She broke him right in. That fucker was like, oh, shit. She got on top. She was like, oh. He was like, okay. What do you want? What do you want? See, he killed the other guy for him. Oh, go fuck somebody else. You can't have that. No, leave her alone. I ain't fucking up my pussy. You crazy, man? Get out of here, Margo. He ain't trying to, you know what I mean? He ain't trying. He put it on. You see his face? Go back and watch that episode. Look at his face when she sat on top. That fucker was shocked. He sat back. He was like, oh, shit, girl. What the fuck? She leaned him back real quick. Imagine what's gonna happen to little ass Jon Snow. It's gonna be like CB4 with Chris Rock, if you ever see that. It'd be like that. So it'd be like that. That's going back. If you ever seen that, then you know. That's what it'll be.
You know Dario wasn't joking when he said you riding the dragon, when he told Jorah that.
Yeah. He said, you can't take it. I don't know if you can hold that. Your heart may give out.
Oh, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us.
Yes, sir.
It's a Q&A special. We got one here from Alicia Kingston. Will Sansa tell Lord Robert about Baelish killing his mother? If so, when? Teflon.
What up, Alicia? Yes, I mean that's how it's all gonna go down. So it's not when it's after they get married, when they're in the throne room and they're there, if they get married, Peter Bale should be there, everyone be there, and then all of a sudden he'll bring it up with Jan Royce will be there too to help escort Peter Baelish and make him fly. Again, no doubt about it. But that's how it goes. Right after the wedding or during the wedding, it'll go down right after the wedding, like right after the ceremony when they're all in that room together. He's going out the window. That's the gift that they're gonna give him, that Robin Aaron has. And he's not just gonna. He's got to go. He's killed both their moms. He got both their moms killed. Got their pops killed. Got both their pops killed. I mean, he's got both their pops killed. Got their moms fucked up. He's not surviving them. He's not. There's no surviving that.
Most definitely.
The reason why he killed both of their pops. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they're together and he's killed both of their pops to get revenge together. You know what I mean? That's why that whole shit was set like that.
Yeah, he betrayed Ned Stark back in season 1. Sansa doesn't know that information yet. I'm pretty sure Varys is going to be the one that breaks that coconut open, or possibly the Hound. The Hound is with the Brotherhood Without Banners, and you know when the Hound and Sansa meet up, he's going to spill the juicy details of King's Landing, Teflon.
Yeah, it definitely plays out differently in the books and thing, but you know what I mean? Because Peter Baelish had a lot to say and get that done. Ned Stark beheaded. He's the one who whispered to Joffrey to get that done.
Yeah, and the bad man has to
My bad. 1 second. What are you doing? Don't go back there. You gotta watch yourself. All right. You ain't gotta come next to me. You ain't gotta come next to me. You can't go back there.
So, we got a good one here from IC Spots. You think anybody else is going to ride Drogon?
What up, IC Spots? My first ever subscriber. Big up to you. And I would just say, yes, I think it's Jon Snow who's got to ride that dragon. There's no doubt. It's colored for Jon Snow for a reason. It's not Dany's dragon to the end game. There's a reason why they say dragons can ride with different bond with different people, and they make that a point of saying that because that has to happen in the story. So we haven't seen that happen in modern times, so we're gonna have to see that. All the things that we've heard, we have to see. With dragon bonding with multiple people, we have to see a dragon do that. We got to see that in the story. It has to be presented. A trial by 7, we heard about it. We got to see it. If we heard about it, we're gonna see it, and that's the way that's going down.
Yeah, in my opinion, Drogon looks perfectly colored for Jon Snow. I mean, Drogon is black and red, the same color as the armor we think Jon's going to be rocking. The Valyrian steel armor, Teflon.
No doubt about it. It's Jon's dragon. It's going down. You will see Jon in that Valyrian steel armor. You see, had the dream. You'll see him on that, chilling. You know what I mean? Dany has a dream. Now, she's on the back of Drogon, but she's Rhaegar, right? So she's dreaming right here when you hear that dream of Jon Snow. That's Jon Snow doing. That's not her. Jon Snow is Rhaegar's child, but she's seeing herself as Rhaegar at that time. But that's really just an image of Jon Snow as Rhaegar going through and getting that done.
Oh, man. We talking prophecies and monks. We talking snarkins and grumps, folks. This is serious business here with Teflon and Mo.
No doubt.
Let me go back to the Q&A. We got a bunch of doozies in the chat. Let's see here. We got one from Kevin Cleary. Are we going to get Greywater Watch in season 7, or basically Howland Reed in general?
What up, Hound Cleary? I would have to say, if that picture looks good, that what Mo said, then yes, we definitely get it. It looks good. It could be. It seems like it. We need him in the show. We need him to do a certain thing. So I think he's got to come in. So why not show it? I think that would be good to show it. 7 episodes, so I'm going to start making a list of what I think the titled episodes are going to be, because it shouldn't be. I mean, if I had the ones to win a book, I could make that up right now. I guarantee it. But I'm going to see if I can do it.
Yeah. Howland Reed has to make an appearance. It would be perfect if what we think is the Tourney of Harrenhal casting and location, if that's what it is, I believe Howland Reed and Greywater Watch will be shown. These are things, places that we need to see. The audience needs to know. Mira and Jojen have a dad. This shit has to fly. They gotta show us the people that know who Jon Snow's parentage is. If they're gonna show us Rhaegar Targaryen next season, they gotta show us Howland Reed. They gotta show us all the stuff that we need. This is important information, and I think they'll drop that knowledge. D&D know what it is. This is a lot of knowledge that needs to be dropped for next season. A lot of locations. Tourney of Harrenhal is prime suspect number 1. This is the Night of the Laughing Tree. They got to do that. They got to show us Rhaegar. I can't wait to see the actor that plays Rhaegar. I can't wait to see what Rhaegar's hair looks like. He might be having a Fabio style on him, Teflon.
He's got to have the Fabio. There's no other way. Rhaegar's got to have the fucking Fabio. Fabio! I expect his ass Fabio down. I cannot believe it's Sparta. I want to see that. And it better be like that. That's the way he has to be. He better be. That's Rhaegar. He's got to have the fob on. You know what I mean? What else is he going to have? A mullet? No. He's got to have the fob on. And that's the way he's got to roll down. And this... I just wish they would have did. I mean, slightly. Maybe just make his eyes purple. Maybe you haven't done anybody else's purple. Make his a little purple. This for the fans. You know what I mean? That'd be nice. It's a little thing. It's a little thing. Doesn't got to be a violet purple. It's just a little. It's just so you can catch it. Maybe in the sunlight, one shot or something. You know what I mean?
I picture they're gonna make Rhaegar look like the dude from Thor. Y'all know what I'm saying? They're just going to have that long flowing mane of golden locks. You know what I mean? Not too many muscles on him, like Thor, but, something along that range. That's how I'm picturing it. They might go crazy with it. They might not. Let me jump back into the Q&A. We got one from Don Willie, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all check his stuff out. He just had a doozy of a video about bastards. Make sure y'all check his subscriptions out. His question is, do you think that Bran could unlock the rest of the Stark's warging abilities when he comes south of the wall?
And Bran unlocked the west of the Stark's warging abilities when he comes north.
Basically, teach him. I think that's what Don Willie's getting.
Yeah, will he be the teacher? What up, Don Willie? So we in the show, no, I think he's gonna be the only warger that we're gonna see. And they made that apparent when it comes to the Starks that he's gonna be the one doing that. So in the show, no, but in the books, I think he has already tried to guide Jon Snow. You see him in the tree form when Jon Snow was inside of Ghost. You see him try to guide him. You see him try to get in contact with Nymeria when Nymeria was there. So we see that already going down. So I think it'll be a situation like that in the books. So yes, he will help them out in the books, but not in the show.
That was a doozy. I definitely think that Bran may try to exert his force and maybe try to help possibly Jon, because I think Jon's the possible person that could learn how to warg on the show. If they didn't show Arya warging in Bravos with the cat, cat of the canal, they ain't never gonna show Arya warging, in my opinion.
They didn't show Jon warging to Ghost. They're not gonna show him warg. They had the opportunity to show, and the fact that they even commented on it a couple of seasons before. that he was supposed to do it this season, and they still didn't make him do it. He's not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that was just real devastating. I mean, I wish they would show Viramir Six Skins just looking at Jon with jealousy like that dire wolf is fit for a king. You know what I'm saying, Teflon?
Yes, indeed. There's no doubt about it. You know, it's an important situation in the books, but I guess overall, when the story ends, it's not going to be Jon that walks into anything that's going to help the story end. So it's going to have to be Bran. That's why he's the one doing it. So Bran's going to be walking into someone. You know, maybe the Bran will walk into the Night's King and take him over at the end and sacrifice himself or something like that. Control everything and drop everything, kill everything. And that'd be it.
We got a question here from Raj Kohan. I think this might be a new subscriber. I haven't seen you in the chat before, but shout out. He asked us, who will kill Cersei? Jaime, Tyrion, Dany, or Jon Snow? And this basically gets into the Valonqar prophecy. That was last week's video in King's Landing, but we'll talk about that here, Teflon, because we didn't get that answer last week.
Yeah, what up to my man who asked the question, forgot his name real quick, new subscriber, Mose. Definitely subscribe to Mose. If anyone hasn't, make sure you do that. We talked about it last week. I mean, the Valonqar, to me, I always thought that Arya Stark was going to turn into someone else and then strangle Cersei in a form of someone else. The form I picked was Stannis Baratheon, so I do not change my stuff. Obviously, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case in the show, but that's what I had picked, so obviously I'm going to stay with my pick. But if I have to switch right now, the way I would have to look at it, there's no doubt that it would definitely be Euron Greyjoy be the #1 suspect to get that done for Cersei. Obviously, we see how he treats women when he puts them on a boat pregnant. He don't give a fuck. Euron seems to fit the build. I think it would be Euron Greyjoy.
This goes to the Valonqar prophecy. I'm dropping my Valonqar prophecy video very soon, possibly this week. I'm glad you asked that question. In my opinion, the Valonqar on the show and the books are going to be two different people. It's not going to be the same person because George ain't going to give those cookies away. He ain't giving them tidbits away. He ain't giving those secrets away, folks. So Dan and David, they're going to have to do their own thing when it comes to the Valonqar. In the show, it'll probably be obvious. It'll probably be Jaime. But in my opinion, in the books, it's going to be a doozy. Stay tuned for that video.
Yes, sir.
We got one here from Dan Knotts. His question is, Jaime's visions of him and Bran fighting in shadows in the cavern. What does it mean? Will that event happen? Is it one of their deaths? Teflon.
That's a big vision. It's a big question, Dan Knotts right there. I thought it was Don Knotts when I first seen it. That's what I thought the name said, and I'm sure he's heard that 1,000 times over his life. But he should be Dan Knotts. You know, he could go with that. That would sound right. You know what I mean? He could run with that and tell him Tony Teflon gave him that title for whatever state he rolling with. But yeah, you know, it's a big vision. That vision right there. You got Jaime, you got Brienne, you got the swords of these flaming swords of gray swords. You got the King's Guardsmen telling that Jaime broke a promise, and the vow that Jaime broke was to protect the king. That's I think when you look at that, mostly you're looking at the vow that Jaime broke at that particular time, and it was really to tell you that Jon Snow was the king. Because they're like, you broke a vow, you broke a vow, you broke a vow. And his vow that he broke was killing the king. You're not supposed to kill the king. Then you see those same King's Guardsmen protecting the Tower of Joy. And they say, we can't flee, we swore a vow. And that vow is to protect the king. And that's who's in that tower at the time is the king. So I think that that's what it means right there. But as for them fighting and stuff like that, I definitely think it signifies something definitely with Brienne falling on the sword and killing Jaime. But I have a whole video on that. I forgot which one it was. I've done so many, but I know I have a video on that part. I think I definitely touched on that before.
I'm gonna include my answer to this question in my Valonqar prophecy video. I think that has to do with it. There's a lot of doozies in that vision that have to be broken down. It's not easy for us to do it right here, but I'll ride with Tony's answer on that. Has to do a lot with Brienne possibly killing Jaime. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not gonna be Bree killing. It's gotta be Jaime's gotta kill Bree. It makes if Bree kills Jaime, if that's what happens, and she sacrifices himself, and and just allows Bree to kill it, and it's a sad story for Bree. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad story for her character. If Jamie kills Bree and does that, it's sad for everyone, the characters and the book readers. You know what I mean? So I think that's what makes more sense going out that way. Then that's it. I mean, if it's the other way around, I just don't think it works.
Yeah, we got one new person in the chat said, will the others take over Winterfell? Basically, will Winterfell fall? Meaning Jon possibly dying or Jon possibly fleeing. Jon won't die, but will they flee and lose Winterfell to the Great Others and the Night's King?
Yeah, they got to flee from it. I think Jon sees it in his vision when he's going down to Winterfell and everything is dead and everything's dead all around them. These guys are not they're not getting stopped at Winterfell. That makes so what if they got stopped at Winterfell? That wouldn't mean anything. You know what I mean? They could end the story right there. So they got to get a little further than that. Obviously, as I said before, Dany has the vision of her fighting the White Walkers over the Trident and all that. So that's gonna come to pass. They're coming down, folks. They're coming down. They're gonna come through the north. The north is gonna get sacked, and it's gonna be after that is where it's gonna get stopped or to hold the fort. But they're gonna get sacked there.
Yeah, so we're talking about Theon Part Deuce, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking Night's King taking over Winterfell, the Prince of Winterfell. Matter of fact, the King of Winterfell. So it is what it is. I think they'll take over the North all the way till about maybe, King's Landing, maybe the Reach, maybe Blackwater Bay. The only thing that can stop them is water, in my opinion, and that's where they'll interject with Dany. Right, Teflon?
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I was just looking over here at this one question by Jamie Sneed. I seen it, and it says, does it really make sense for Melisandre to head to the Riverlands? You have an answer for that?
I don't think it makes sense for her to go to the Riverlands. I think she's hiding, Teflon. I think she's hiding in the north. She's going to take the necklace off. She's disobeying her prince that is promises orders, and she's going to hide as an old woman in the north, Teflon, because she don't want to leave Jon.
That she'd be an old ass woman in that cold ass weather, boy. Let me tell you, and that could definitely happen. You know what I mean? I'm sure she wants to be close to Azor Ahai. I think she's the new next Night's Queen. I think we're gonna, it's like I said, you're gonna see a lot of weddings. You're gonna see a wedding with the White Walkers, but this is his chick that he's gonna be rolling with when it's all said and done. I think that she's got to go out, so she's got to die in order for that to happen, or she's got to willingly get herself sacrificed and get hit by this dude. So I think it's possible that she could find her way down there. And the way I could only see her down there in the Riverlands is if she fulfills the Lady Stoneheart role. And I would say in this purpose, if people think that the kiss of life is going to happen, and we've seen that happen when Lady Stoneheart get her life, that she's going to have to give the kiss to someone else to save their life and bring them back. It's quite possible that Melisandre could give whatever life force that she has left and give the kiss to someone, maybe in the Riverlands, maybe Brienne or something like that, and bring her back or something like that, or Jaime Lannister or something like that. Whatever happens, it could be like that, because I always thought that it's a good possibility that Lady Stoneheart is going to have to give that kiss to somebody else and keep them alive or something like that. So I think maybe Melisandre would do that. Then she would die, making her able to get possessed by a Night King and become the new Night's Queen.
Yeah, that Melisandre's arc and story is going on for a while. She got kicked out of Winterfell for a reason. Her logic is she only cares about helping Azor Ahai. So in my opinion, she ain't leaving Jon. She ain't going too far away, folks. So you can take that wherever you want to take it. Let's go to another question here. Talking about the Riverlands. When or how do you think Nymeria and Arya meet up, Teflon?
I don't know if they're ever going to meet up in the show. I don't know if you ever seen Nymeria again in the show. In all honesty, I don't. Maybe you see Nymeria at the last battle of the White Walkers. She comes out there, but she's been so far gone. Does people really remember her? I mean, she's been gone for what, season 1? So I mean, if people really gonna remember Nymeria right now,
Nope, not even. I mean, people think that all the direwolves other than ghosts are dead, pretty much. So I don't think they will bring her back. It's difficult to say. In my opinion, me and Tony agree on this. We think the Riverlands story is done, folks.
finito, finito.
Finito, Dunzo, Dinero, Mucho. It's Dunzo. It's nothing to talk about in the Riverlands. We got another question here of a person on Twitter said, what is the future of House Frey? Nobody cares about House Frey. Nobody cares about Black Walker.
What is the what? What is the words of House Frey? What is it?
No, what is the future of House Frey?
It's over. Frey is over. They were in the pie. You seen it. You never see another Frey in the show.
Yeah, I mean, in the books, if somebody kills Walder Frey, then sure, Black Walder and the other dude take it over. But in the show, they killed off Black Walder and the other guy for a reason, folks. They done with the Riverlands. It's over. I mean, we moving on. I mean, they killed Blackfish. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. We're sticking with the North and King's Landing and a bit of Pike to see the Greyjoys sail away. And that's it. I mean, that's what the future of the show's going to be. Teflon, what you thinking?
Yeah, no doubt about it. You're moving to the end game of the show, and the only thing that's going to matter, what's left in the show, are the things that matter to the end of the game. This season will be the end of Westeros politics, and everyone will be united after this, and then they'll fight the White Walkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last book is called Dreams of Spring.
A dream. A dream. Remember that.
A dream. So basically,
it's saying that the White Walkers have taken over to the point where you're dreaming, you're wishing, you're praying for spring, because that's how bad it's become. So you have to see the White Walkers take over everything in order to have that dream. If you're dreaming about something, that means that shit is, you don't think it's possible for it to happen. That's what a dream is. So if you're saying it's a dream from spring, you're saying that the White Walkers have taken over everything. Everything. They've worked through everything. And now it's only a prayer that you think that you could ever see spring again. So when you look at it like that, people, that's why you have to think everyone's getting sacked. The Winterfell is falling. It's all going down. It's all going down. And it's been said before. They ran over holdfasts and cities and kingdoms by the score. Nothing could stop them. This is what's got to happen.
The next book is called Winds of Winter. I wonder who the wind is, folks. Who's the wind? It can only be the Night's King and the great others. Sweeping across the land, Teflon.
No doubt about it, man. This is their rise. This is the Empire Strikes Back for the White Walkers. That book. That's what you'll see there. They're gonna win this book.
And it's gonna be so sweet if we get. I can't wait to see who the POV chapters will be on the great other side. LT had something sweet. My main LT Giles. He said the POV from the great other side is going to be Benjen in an ice cell. Now, ain't that sweet? I mean, how else can you do a POV from a White Walker side? That's too difficult. They ain't got no brains. You know what I'm saying?
I think that when you see that one time Bran has a vision, he looks across. I think that time when he freezes, that he himself is looking over there. As long as you have Bran, you can have a POV from anywhere. Bran can POV as long as there's a weirwood tree, or he doesn't even need a weirwood tree, right? Outside of weirwood trees, he's the POV for the whole world. So anywhere they need to show, if they got to show, they can always go through Bran. So I do think I said before that Benjen Stark did go to the lands of Always Winter, but I think he got captured, and I do think that he is the guy that is the Night's King at this moment. Not in the show, because they made him cold hands, but in the books, I think that that's Benjen Stark. That's the Night's King.
Now that's a new world order knowledge drop from Teflon. That's serious, folks. He says Benjen is the new Night's King.
Yeah, it's Benjen. There's no doubt, because we know Benjen's not cold hands. George R. R. Martin said that. He's not cold hands. That's not what it is. They just made him cold hands for this reason in the show because Cold Hands must do something that we haven't seen him do yet. That's very important because he's going to come back next season, I think. So it's still something that Cold Hand has to do that we haven't seen him do yet. And that's why they're bringing him back. It's very important for them to bring him back. The guy playing the Night's King, the reason why they have that guy and not Benjamin playing the Night's King, I think, is because that guy is such a great swordsman. That and in the end, you're going to see that Night's King wield that fucking ice sword and chop the shit out of people and really do a fucking number with people with that fucking sword.
And if Melisandre's going to be the Night's Queen, we might get a POV from her. She might have enough power in her from R'hllor and whatever to be able to still keep her mind the way Cold Hand still keeps his mind when he still has the body of another or a white, etc., etc. We might get her POV over there. So I can't wait. I just can't wait to read the first chapters of that book.
No doubt about it.
So, yeah, we got about 10 more minutes of the show. Y'all got any more questions about the Vale, the Riverlands? Me and Tony just going to shoot the breeze, man. I mean, we could talk about whatever when it comes to these lands, you know?
Yeah, there's something, I guess George R. R. Martin put up a screenshot, and there was a screenshot of him waving and I guess talking to the camera in the background. You could see that there was some words on his computer screen right there, and it seemed like it was an Asher Greyjoy chapter. I couldn't get the words deciphered, but I'm going to try to look around the web and see if I can find those words and see exactly what it is. It doesn't look like it's going to be much. I mean, but obviously we know the situation that Asha is in right now, that she is captured by Stannis Baratheon as Theon Greyjoy is. The Battle of Ice has not taken place. So it's definitely some situation dealing with that, I would hope. And that's what I would hope to see, because we have the weirwood tree there. We have the birds screaming to Theon to go to the tree, to sacrifice Theon by the tree. Is Bran and Blood Raven calling for Theon's death? Do they want his king's blood on that tree at that particular time? And is Asha willing to allow that to happen? We will all find that out in that chapter, and I hope that that is what that chapter is about.
Yeah. I saw that picture, and it was pretty interesting. I don't know if any guys deciphered it on Reddit yet. They probably have, but it is what it is. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, we didn't really talk much about Dorne. We can do it all next week if you want. We could always go into other places next week. It's not a problem. Yeah, we could basically knock out Dorne, Marine, Free Cities next week. We'll talk about Aegon, if that's going to be a possibility on this show. Pretty much the Riverlands and Vale is a little small location. There's not much we could predict, because we know that those aren't going to be major locations next season. It's going to be the North and King's Landing, in our opinion. They're going to be showing the North. Probably 80% of next season is watching Bran come down and having the Night's King following him. Is that your feels on that situation, Teflon?
I think as soon as Bran crosses the wall's going to fall and the Night King follows him. So he's going to be up there for a little bit, you know what I mean? And then they took the Night's King, found his ass in the tree pretty fast. So as soon as he crosses the wall's going to fall. I think that happens the last episode, episode 7. So he's going to be doing a lot of stuff up there. And I think what he's going to be doing is the tower, the Harrenhal and a couple other flashbacks. And something else that goes on with Benjen is going to happen up there. So whatever those things, then that's what's going to happen. Then he'll come through.
Yeah, we got a couple more questions. Marie Hill asks, what will become of Yara and Theon? Will Yara die next season?
What up, Marie Hill? It's weird because, as I said, it's a whole totally different situation in the books than she's in right now. And the fact that this is what I had to look at it right now. So Theon and Yara are hemmed up with Stannis Baratheon. All right, it looks like they're gonna die. They given her the part of Victorian Greyjoy. I think he's going to die. So I think that either way, whatever role they put her in, death is at the end of both roads. So I don't think that there's any way that Yara actually survives. I think she definitely died.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. I don't know what to say about Theon and Yara. I don't think Theon's dying yet. I think he's got a little bit part to play. He might get killed by Euron in King's Landing because I believe all of them are going to congregate in King's Landing. There's going to be a big battle like Battle of Blackwater 2, and that'll probably be where Yara and Theon lose their life, probably trying to save Dany. So there's a lot going on with that. And it is what it is. We talked about Euron and Dragonbinder. Who knows? People are saying that Yara took over.
You know what I've been thinking about? Fucking manwich. You know, I haven't had a motherfucking manwich probably 8 years. In 8 years, I like a manwich, and I haven't had that probably. Maybe I'll fucking have a manwich night on the weekend or something.
I just had a steak and cheese. You know,
did you?
Had a serious steak and cheese from Paisanos. I had Paisanos last week. I had it again. That's my Thursday meal. Nice.
And I was just thinking, you know, I went to the store the other day and I seen the can sitting there, fucking manwich, and I didn't buy it. Since I didn't buy it, I've been thinking about it. Like, you know what? I should eat that shit with my pops. And eat a little manwich sandwich, watch the fights and shit. You know what I mean? A little cheese on that and shit like that. We used to have a good time, and maybe I should buy a can and stuff.
You talk about manwiches, I'm thinking about Sloppy Joe's.
That same shit.
It is what it is. Same thing, folks. That's what it is. It's the summertime.
Just different brand. That's all.
Yeah. Well, Teflon, if you ain't got nothing else to say, man, we could close this out.
No, I always got shit to say. I can talk about anything. So if you want to, let me try to pull up the whole thing. If you want to do rep your hood real quick.
Yeah, let's knock that out the park. You talking to Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire, folks. It's the bareback barbarians back at it again.
That about it. Let me see. No subscriptions.
Rep your hood, folks. We're gonna do that as our sign off.
All right, now I'm up in the chat now. All right, I'm looking at it right now. So what I'm seeing right now is La Love, Texas, Don Willie, Brooklyn, I See Spots, Oklahoma, Amber Chapman, Utah, Brendan Smith. Brendan Smith went too quick on Brendan Smith. I think he's repping South Carolina. Brendan Smith, South Carolina, as always. Renee Moore, Baltimore. We got AU Pac-Mill, Seattle. We got Spa Sprider, Oklahoma. Jamie Sneed, Ohio. And David Adams, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, to be exact. Morgan Baxter, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We got the Bronx, New York with Eric Flores. And we got, yeah, but that is what Sloppy Joe is. Exactly, that is what Sloppy Joe is. Oh, Dan Knotts, PA, Mechanicsburg. Elisa Crippen, repping Ghana, Brooklyn, and Ohio. She's been all over, folks. Eli, Colorado. Dish Murphy, Boston. You want to read the rest right there? Then you can take the rest now if you wish.
Yeah, we got Colorado, we got Boston, Dish Murphy, we got McKay, Afghanistan. Damn. Montreal, Garland, Texas. We got Dan Bowles from Hertfordshire, England. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. That's a long list, man.
No doubt. Thanks for everybody joining us here. Thanks for everybody coming out and supporting Mo's channel. You know, the Don Tony Teflon. You know, I'll be back. If you want to see me live, you got to see me on Mo's thing. I ain't going to be, until my vacation's a wrap. But I'll be back with regular videos that I normally do. You know how I get down. That's the way it's always going to be. Just prophecy videos. We be jumping off every other 2 weeks or so, every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we will put one down there. But if you want to see me live, you're going to have to check me on Mo. It's the only show I'm jumping on right now until my vacation is over. I don't plan on doing any live stuff on my channel for a little bit until the vacation's over.
Make sure y'all check out and look out in your subscriptions We got some new videos coming up this week. I got a doozy. Teflon got a doozy. Rest of the folks, they got
Street Talk New York. We gonna be that'll be rapping. We gonna be doing some stuff on that. That'll definitely be dropping and all that. So having some people trying to get this fantasy football thing jumping off too. People are afraid to play me. I understand why you would be afraid to play me. I'm not asking you to play me to win. Obviously, you're gonna play and you're gonna lose. But it would just be a good experience for you to get beat by Tony Teflon the Don. So go to Teflon TV. And let me know if you want to be in this fantasy football league. All you got to do is draft live with us, and that's it. Ain't no dough on the line. You're just going to have to hear my mouth run it, and that's it every week. I talk a lot of shit, and feel free to talk the shit back. That's what it's all about, you know what I mean? So if you think you got it, and you really think that you could even get to the finals, because I'm going to be there. So if you even think you can get there to try to front me, please let me know.
Yeah, so Teflon, you want to do the sign out? The usual.
Hey, if you know what we do, so if you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.